Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your name, and today I'm talking about what might just be the best investment I've made on a vehicle, specifically my 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz. That's right, the electric icon is back, and not only is it one of the coolest EVs I've ever owned, but I made one single investment that completely transformed my ownership experience. So sit back, grab a coffee, because in this video, I'm breaking down why this investment was so impactful, what it cost, how it improved my daily life, and why it might just be the best decision you make too. Now, before I get into the investment itself, I want to take a minute and talk about the car, because if you haven't had a chance to experience the 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz for yourself, you're missing out. This is VW's electric homage to the classic microbus, and I mean it when I say they nailed it. It's retro, it's modern, it's quirky, and it turns heads everywhere I go. I've owned a few EVs before, Tesla, Rivian, even a Polestar, but nothing makes people smile like the Buzz. Mine's the long wheelbase variant in that two-tone yellow and white finish. Just looking at it parked in the driveway puts me in a good mood. But this van isn't just about looks. It's got a solid 91 kilowatt-hour battery, and I'm getting around 270 miles of range in real-world use. It charges fast, up to 200 kilowatts on DC, and the interior? Spacious, minimalist, functional, and somehow still fun. There's ambient lighting, recycled materials, a sliding door that's perfect for urban life, and tech everywhere. I've taken this van on road trips, commutes, grocery runs, and beach days, but early on, I realized something was missing, something that would make this car not just great, but perfect. So here's the deal. As much as I loved the ID, with Buzz right out of the box, I kept running into one major issue, charging logistics star. I live in an area where home charging is possible, but not always convenient. I've got a garage, but the layout meant I had to run a level 1 cable awkwardly across the space, and it took forever to charge. Level 1 was giving me maybe 3 to 4 miles per hour, completely impractical for a van this size. Public DC fast chargers are around, but between waiting, driving out of my way, and inconsistent reliability, it was not ideal. I found myself doing weird math just to make sure I could get to a meeting and then to a charger afterward. And I started to realize this incredible car was being held back by a tiny piece of the ownership puzzle. So I started looking into solutions. I considered rearranging the garage to make the level 1 setup cleaner. I thought about maybe installing a dedicated NEMA 14 to 50 outlet myself, but the wiring in my home wasn't ideal. I even considered getting a separate portable power station. And that's when I stumbled across what would become my best investment, installing a smart level 2 EV charger, specifically the brand/model of charger you chose. Let me break it down. The charger itself cost me about $700. Installation added another $450 because I needed a licensed electrician to run a new 240V line from my breaker box to the garage. It wasn't cheap, and yes, I hesitated, especially since the Buzz already costs north of the $60,000, but from the very first night, I knew this was a total game changer. Now I'm charging from 10% to 80% in about 6 hours. I can schedule charging for off-peak electricity hours using the app, and it gives me detailed logs, cost estimates, and charging status from anywhere. More than that, it made me love this car even more. Because instead of worrying about range or driving to a charger after work, I just plug it in at night and forget about it. It's like having your own gas station, except it's cleaner, smarter, and a whole lot cheaper. Plus, with smart features, I can limit charge percentages, track my carbon offset, and even integrate it into my smart home routine. For example, I have a routine where if I plug in after 8 p.m., my house dims the lights, plays a relaxing playlist, and the Buzz starts charging quietly in the background. Now let's talk ROI, return on investment. In terms of financial return, here's what I'm saving. Compared to public charging, I'm saving around /0.15 per kilowatt hour. On a full 80% charge, that's almost $11 saved every time I skip a fast charger. Do that 10 times a month, and that's $110 saved. In just under a year, I've recouped the $1,200 cost. But honestly, the real return isn't just in dollars, it's in peace of mind, convenience, and the confidence that my vehicle is always ready to go. It also makes my property more valuable since more and more buyers are looking for EV-ready homes. Let me walk you through a typical day now. I get up, grab my coffee, and the Buzz is fully charged, preconditioned, and ready to roll. The smart charger warms the battery on cold days, and on hot days, it cools the cabin before I even get in. It's seamless. On weekends, I unplug, pack up surfboards or gear, and head out with zero stress. On long trips, I know I'm leaving home with max range. That changes everything. You stop thinking about charging as a task and start enjoying the drive. And speaking of drives, this van is built for adventure. With the smart charging setup at home, I've taken it out on 500-mile road trips without worrying once about leaving undercharged. We've gone camping, mountain biking, and even used the Buzz as a mobile office. I run a small business, so I've taken Zoom calls from the back seat with the van plugged in and charging silently outside a cabin. No fumes, no idle engine noise, just clean, simple, functional design. One time, I even used the onboard 230V outlet to power a drone charging hub while I was filming. This car becomes an ecosystem when it's supported by the right infrastructure, and that is what the investment into charging gave me: independence and freedom. And of course, once I had the smart charger installed, I started optimizing everything. I added solar panels to my home with the battery backup, which now means I'm sometimes charging the Buzz off 100% solar energy. I also added a locking holster for the charger plug, upgraded my Wi-Fi in the garage for better app connectivity, and even installed a simple security cam to monitor the charging station. These are smaller investments, but they all stemmed from that one decision. So when I say the Level 2 smart charger was my best investment on this car, I mean it. It unlocked the full potential of the Volkswagen ID Buzz. It removed range anxiety, cut my fuel costs, increased my home value, and made me love my van even more. It's a reminder that sometimes the best investments aren't in the car itself, but in how you support it. If you're thinking about getting an EV or already have one and you haven't upgraded your home setup yet, let this be your sign. That one-time investment could completely change how you drive. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a like, leave a comment if you have questions about setup, and don't forget to subscribe for more EV content, road trips, and upgrades. Until next time, drive safe, stay charged, and I'll see you in the next video.